Hey there, Ross Bresvar here, and I want to thank you for stopping by and checking out DART, Digital App and Resource Tracker. This software is a labor of love. It's come from many years of frustration as a product purchaser for my business, finding great products online, and then, by the time I get the chance to get to them, I can't remember the name, can't find where I downloaded it, where I saved it to, or, various types of things. Different frustrations a lot of you have probably felt the same way with. So let me run through a quick demonstration of how this software works. First and foremost, we'll start over to the far right where you can obviously log out. If you go to the help here, you'll find a direct link to our support desk, training videos, and Chrome extension. We're going to also be working on a Firefox extension, but basically this is an extension you add to the browser, and if you return to a website of a product you've just purchased that happens to be in our database already, the extension will pop up and ask you if you'd like to add it to DART. It's basically just a reminder to make sure that you're keeping track of what you're purchasing and you don't forget. And if you say no, it'll disappear and won't appear again. If you say yes, it'll open up a window with the add resource form and pre-populate the data that we already have in our database. And this is assuming that the product creator has already given us that information like product name, URL for the help desk, and so on and so forth. So that's a free bonus that comes with the software. Your profile just has your information in it. We don't have access to that. You can also change your password in the profile section. In My Resources, this is if you click here, it brings you to this page. This is where you will spend most of your time tracking and also searching and finding the different products that you have at your disposal that you've purchased, and so that you can make use of them. So I will start with add resource. If you click this button, this is the manual way of adding a product. So you've just purchased something and you come in here and you want to start adding information. Now, if it's in our database, you'll notice that this minute you start typing social, for instance, you'll find products that are already here. And if you choose one, let's take Social Lead Freak here. If you choose that, it'll automatically fill in the data that we have on that product. Now, of course, we won't have upgrade information because we won't know if you've purchased the upgrade. If it's on a dime sale, it could be a different price, so you will have to edit some of this information. Purchase date, we obviously won't know when you've purchased it, but it will bring in the seller name, the email address or URL for their help desk. Product key features is a great place for you to document what the features of the program is. It's great for a refresher when later on you're coming back to remember what it is exactly that this product does for you. The sales page is right here. Marketplace, where you purchase it. What category is it? And in this case, it's software. And you can do a subcategory. So like if, for instance, you chose, let's see, graphics, for instance, and this was graphics specifically for Facebook, then you could choose a subcategory of Facebook. And that just helps you to help better identify and classify the products that you've purchased. Now this is just basic information, and if you were to click Add a Resource, it would be added to your inventory. However, if you wanted to track additional information, then you would just click the Enter Additional Information link, and here you're able to track transaction ID, PayPal transaction ID, the payment type, the time frame, whether it's a one-time, recurring, monthly, annual. If you have a license key that you need to keep track of, you would put it here. You would also do the same thing by just selecting if it's 30 days or such. Your download URL or your access, if it's a membership site, that would go here. A lot of times, people use YouTube videos on their sales page, and if you wanted to ever come back and refer to it later, you could actually store the URL for that video here, especially if they take the sales page down later on. Then you have quick access, because sometimes they'll go through and show you case studies, or they'll show you great ideas on how to use the product, and it's just great for you to be able to go back and review that. We even had somebody ask for where we store the file. So for instance, let's say it's software that you use inside of Facebook. It works with video marketing and lead generation. So where would you store the downloaded file? Is it in the Facebook tools folder, or would you put it in your video tools folder, or maybe even under lead gen? So no matter where you saved it, you're able to put that here for easy reference later on. All right, now Reason for purchase. Um, when you go to a sales page, you'll find, sometimes the software, the product will do 3, 4, 5 awesome things, but there might be one or two things specifically that made you purchase. Here's a great place to put that information in here for later reference, because sometimes maybe you purchase something for a client and you don't get a chance to demo it for several weeks. In my case, I go to different islands to work with my clients, and it may be a month or two before I actually get the chance to fly over. So if I did actually want to use it for a specific client or project, I could list that information here. And in the notes section, what I use this for is not only notes for myself, but also instructions for my outsourcer. And I'll show you why that's important in just a moment. Tagging is great. You can do unlimited tags, and this is just, if there's specific things about the product or what it does that you want to tag so that you can find it easier later on, this is a great resource for you to do that. Action taken. Typically, sometimes by the time you'll get back to the email that was sent by the product creator, you can't remember if you've already created the account, if you've downloaded the software or done anything with it. So we give you the ability to actually check mark what you have or have not done. Please make sure you uncheck none so it doesn't mess it up. And then you're able to remember if you've actually downloaded the product or not. And then bonuses, let's say for instance you purchase an awesome theme and it does X and Y, but as a bonus they give you a plugin that does Z. And it's a standalone product on its own, so you'd like to be able to track that because you might use that plugin somewhere else with a different theme. Well, if you select Bonuses Multi-Pack and click this Submit and Add New Resource button, it will tie this back to the original product, but it'll also open up a brand new Add Resource form, allowing you to document the information and track what it does and so on and so forth. All right. All right, so we go back here to my resources, and let's start here with export. You're able to export your entire inventory to a CSV file. This is great because we've had customers ask for the ability to sort and filter, but to do something with that. So for instance, their accountant might want to know what they've purchased the last month or the last quarter or last year. Here they're able to do that in the CSV file, send it over to their accountant, and they're taking care of their tax situation. Okay, so to make this easier, instead of copy pasting all that information manually, we try to make it easier by giving you the ability to transfer over the information that is stored in both Warrior Plus and JVZoo. So if you've upgraded or you've purchased a package that includes this, the important buttons here, you would select, let's say JVZoo in this case, and then you would log in directly into your JVZoo account for this matter. And you'll notice that, like most of us, I have a ton of products in here. And if you see the ones that are green, these have already been transferred over into my account. All right. So I just purchased Video Sensation from Tracy Maurer, and I would select this, or I could click Select All. Now let me just warn you that if you click Select All, it will transfer all the receipt data from JVZoo in your account over. And if you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, or even 500 products, like we had one client call me about, it's going to move it all over into the account, which is great, except remember that the receipts that are held in your customer portal of JVZoo and Warrior Plus, it only contains a certain amount of data, right? Transaction ID, who you purchased it from, what you paid for it, and so on and so forth. However, it doesn't track data like JVZoo does not know what kind of product this is. Is it training? And if it's training, is it related to video training, or is it related to Facebook training or marketing for offline clients? So you still need to go back in and edit that data. Otherwise, it's going to be more difficult for you to search and categorize later on. So I always suggest doing a few at a time. Let's click the import button, and I'll show you what happens. Simply click on My Resources again. And since she spelled it differently, I'm able to do a quick search just using video, and there it is. Now, unlike some of these that were manually inputted, you'll notice that if it was imported in, automatically you're going to get an orange border, and you're going to get the ability to do some editing right off of this page without having to go in and edit. So you can select the category, which in this case was graphics. The only problem is we only give you a few features that you can add here. So I do honestly I do suggest that you go in and edit it so that you can get the full use of this package and this software. Otherwise, you'll be looking for something you may not be able to find it because the subcategory wasn't filled in, for instance. But in this case, we try to make it easy for you, so this is easy identifies it. You can put your key features in and your sales page URL. All right, so let's reset this. All right, so let me show you a couple other features. You'll notice that if you have an access or download login URL in under this product, you can actually click this and it'll take you straight to the login page. So you don't even have to, go to edit, open it up, and check it. Also, we've got some features that are really pretty slick. Subscription email reminder. Now this is in the case that if you purchase something, and let's say it's on a monthly basis or on a yearly basis, sometimes we tend to forget that we've purchased something that's due in the next month, or maybe it's 6 payments or something like that. You can actually choose. Let's go to 2016 and we'll just pick May 26th. You can have the system send you an email reminder as whenever you'd like. So in my case, I usually do 7 to 10 days prior to this date, so that I know that I've got a subscription coming up. I have the opportunity to get with my team and make sure that we're using the product before I make the decision to renew or not. So this is great just to make sure that you're keeping track of your expenses. All right, another feature is another email reminder is actually a custom one. Basically, it does the same thing, but it allows you just to choose a date. For instance, sometimes you're looking at a trial. You paid $1 for a 14-day trial, and you want a reminder that this is on trial, because sometimes we don't remember those kinds of things. Or in my case, when I'm traveling next month, for instance, to visit a client, about a week prior to that, I may want to set up a demonstration of this product to be able to show them. And because it's 4 or 5 weeks away, I can set a reminder, and I'll get an email that says, don't forget to do X and Y. And this is one of the coolest features I like, share via email. So let's say you've just made a purchase, and within 60 seconds of adding it to Dart, you now can actually take action on that product by sending it to one of your resources. Your outsourcers. So for instance, I can put in here, in my case, Sam works for me, new resource. I can add his email address here, and then this is what happens. You get an email that looks like this. It gives you the name of the product, the date. It doesn't give you, details like payment amounts and such. Basically, it tells you what it does and why I bought it. Okay, and then if I had any projects that it was related to or clients, it would be listed here. And then I give him some instructions here in the notes section. Even the website sales page here is if he needs more information. And here is the login page to gain access for it. So this is a great feature because it just means that the minute you actually purchase something, you can start doing something with it by giving it to your team to work on. Okay, another couple of cool features is search, and of course you've got filters. You can search by marketplace and it brings up all the products in JVZoo that you have. You can do it by category. If you wanted to look for all the video tools that you own, then you would click here and it would give you all those listed under video. And this is why it's important to go in and make sure you edit each product correctly with the correct information. Because if you don't and you're looking for something specific, it might be more difficult to find. All right, so let's find a product to show off another cool feature. I know that there's a product that has a weird spelling for clicks. It's finding the C. So I found it. Oh, there it is. It's Clixit. Now I remember. And what's great is immediately I can select this, and I have all the data about this product in one place. And any URL that you've entered, it automatically makes it clickable. So if I wanted to go back to the sales page, I could click here. If I immediately wanted to get to the help desk or open up email for support, I could do that here. Here's the key features, basically any information I want on this particular product. What's also pretty slick is our software automatically goes out and grabs a screenshot of the sales page. As long as you've put the website URL right here, then it'll go out and grab a screenshot. And what's cool about this is that you can, I mean, if they take the sales page down and there was great information on here about, maybe a case study or how to use the software to make money in a particular niche, you'd like to be able to refer back to it, right? So our software will grab the screenshot, save it for you, and then when you come here, if you click on it, it'll open up, over here, and now you've got the sales page. Pretty slick. All right. And then one last thing also in this here, if you do have the Access login or URL inserted in this when you were editing the data, if you click here, it'll also, we put it on the front so you don't have to click to this and open up the box. You don't have to go into options and edit. You can simply click here and it'll automatically open up the page in a new window. And one last feature, this software is designed to be mobile optimized. So if you were to look at it on a phone, you basically could use it on your phone just like you would any other mobile optimized app. Even this works the same way. So if you're on your phone and you wanted to grab this, you could open it up, click this with your finger, and it opens up the window for you. Anyways, that's Dart in a nutshell. We do have some ideas for the future of additional things to be able to track in here, like website projects and domains and maybe outsourcers. We're open to feedback. Some of the things you've seen in here actually came from actual customer usage. Great ideas. I hope you like it. Look forward to seeing you on the other side.